Good afternoon. Well, I guess it's 3 minutes to 3 on November the 25th. I planned to go a little early today because I was watching Live LV Nation, my one of my favorite guys. I'm going to try to direct message him on Twitter or somehow to ask him to take a peek at this post because I only watched a few minutes of his broadcast earlier, his live broadcast from Texas this morning, and he was very concerned and very, didn't know what to think. And I need to express to somebody who knows how to get this word out to the right people, and hopefully, I don't know if it can go, the information I have is worth anything to anybody. I know that I developed this plan many years ago, and it began, I would say, around 2013. But just to give you a brief uh, understanding of where I'm coming from, it was October, a Canadian Thanksgiving weekend in October 2019. During the Canadian Thanksgiving weekend, there was an awful lot going on. There was a guy named Matt, I can't remember his name, but he's from The Remnant TV. He was I think he was in Rome following the Pachimama nonsense and the uh, craziness that was going on at the time with the Amazon Synod and all of the chaos that occurred as a result of Pope Francis having that Pachimama statue, in my opinion, desecrating the the church outside of the walls. I think it was St. Paul's outside of the walls. I can't remember what the name of the church was. Anyway, so it was that weekend, you know. Somebody stole that Pachimama statue and threw it in. Now, this will all come together in just a second. But my faith was really being challenged because of what Pope Francis was doing at the time and all of the synodality nonsense that was going on and all of the information that I was learning about because I'm a researcher. I like to study things so I understand what's going on with what. But there was something else very important to the world going on at that time. Now remember, this is October 2019. It was, I can't remember what weekend it was, but generally speaking, the Canadian Thanksgiving falls somewhere around the 7th to the 15th of October. It's usually the second Monday in October. So could have been the 8th. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is, the thing that was going on that a lot of people weren't paying attention to, but I was a war games exercise that was taking place. I believe it was in, I don't know if it was the South China Sea. I don't believe it was. I think it was in, well, you can research it. It was 2019, early October 2019. And it was war exercises taking place with three countries. Guess what countries they were? China, Iran, and Russia. Now, see, that was very significant to me because I had some suspicions at that time, largely that China and Justin Trudeau had come to some sort of agreement. That was my suspicion, my opinion at that time. That China had already made a deal of some sort between Justin Trudeau and their government. And I know that we were doing a lot of banking nonsense with China at the time. I know that there was an awful lot of Chinese ownership happening within the real estate market, particularly in British Columbia. Vancouver was out of, it was, and I know that we had Chinese police stations bothering Chinese expatriates here in Canada. And I know that Justin Trudeau was on the record for admiring the position he had with China. And China had a good relationship with him at that time. Then a lot of things happened, not the least of which COVID. Now, it's come out since that there's been a problem with viruses being stolen, live viruses being stolen out of Winnipeg, and that was cover up, and we had an election to keep that covered up back in 2021, excuse me. But I also knew that something bad was going to be happening the next year because Trump was up for re-election. Now we all know how that went. Now I knew in 2016 that Trump was going to win that election, not because I'm a clairvoyant or anything, it's because I'm a researcher. And I follow the clues where they lead me. I knew he would be reelected, and I was telling everybody he was going to be reelected. And my Canadian people were buying the bull crap, excuse my language. I'm trying to clean myself up for this broadcast because I want it to be live. I'm going to sit and wait on my channel or wherever I can be live after I upload this because it's important. It's important information for every country in the world that's about to be involved in this globalist World War III, in my opinion. Now again, NATO, I think it's time for everybody just to stand down for a second, take a beat. Take a beat, please. Everybody. Stop it. Stop the nonsense. I've got to catch that. I apologize for that interruption. It was my nurse. Someday we're going to talk about physical health care in Canada and all of the evidence-based medicine that's not allowed to be used in Canada because doctors in Canada are under the WHO rules. Anyway, I digress. This is important stuff. Mr. Putin, I beg you to try to just be patient. Mr. Ukrainian dude, what is your name? It starts with a Z. I'm sorry, I'm sick. For the love of God, you're being used as a puppet for the globalist movement. Do you think that you're going to lead that country? You will not. The globalists have no interest in keeping the people that they use as minions to get done what they want to do. They are about to take over the whole world. The United Nations, the WEF, the World Health Organization, all of those people that are super rich, that have been plotting and scheming for years and years and years, are using the puppet governments that they've got installed to create a world war in order to keep the puppet governments in until they've accomplished what they want to. They give a shit. They could give a shit about the people that live on the land. People, call your government leaders, beg them to stop. Do not get into a war. That's exactly what they all want, you see. NATO is in cahoots. They're all in cahoots. Do you really believe that Biden is capable of taking the United States into a world war, a nuclear war, or that communist moron that slept her way to wherever her vice presidency, who completely failed in every way, shape, or form? Just because you've got some nut cases that are willing to go on YouTube, including myself, yes, because I'm crazy. I have children. I have grandchildren and a great-granddaughter. I have a stake in this. I have nothing to lose. But I know what I know, and it's real, and it's true. And if I could predict who's going to get elected and what's going to happen tomorrow, because I can put a puzzle together, perhaps somebody should start listening to me. Google, you were corrupted and used as a tool in this game of internet control before they could legally get it. They're not legal. Nobody's legally allowed to keep people quiet. Iran, the Iranian people suffered enough. The Ukrainian people have suffered enough. The Russian people have suffered enough. The people, the good, peaceful people all over this world have suffered enough because greedy pigs create these wars and these situations deliberately in order to make the most money, eliminate the population to a more manageable level, and clean up after. This New World Order used to be called Great Reset, called again environmental bullshit. Why are you guys allowing this to happen? Everybody, everywhere, should be in the streets begging there. Mr. Trudeau, you need to be under a jail somewhere. You really do. Pierre Poilievre, I don't trust you as far as I could throw you, but you're our last hope. There has to be a legal way to remove these idiots from power, to stop the world from breaking out into a nuclear war. Because we deserve it. North America has ignored the plight of all of the world for far too long. The Argentinian president, he knows what he's talking about. Lex Freeman, he knows what. Lou, my darling, don't despair. Get the word out to whoever you can. Dr. Jordan, anybody, Elon Musk, if you are real and you are really contacting me on any of these platforms that I've been trying to get out to you, please make a few phone calls, Donald Trump. My God, you beautiful man. Look, the LBGTADBC, whatever you are, we don't care. Leave our kids alone and go your merry way. Go your merry way and do what you want. Nobody gives a damn what you want to, how you want to dress. There are more important things in this world than who you're sexually attracted to right now. For example, 300,000 children missing to some of the people with perverse thoughts. And I'm not saying that same-sex attraction is perverse. That's not what I'm saying. My belief system, and yes, whoever in Rome and in the Pope's domestic help said that that's not in the Bible. Yeah, Jesus said, no, it's not supposed to happen because biology does matter. That's science, people. Science proved by the way we formed our bodies that men and women are supposed to get together. It's just the way it's supposed to work. I mean, You know, you get esophageal cancer more frequently if you're same sex attracted. You know, you get uh, prostate and rectal, issues. I mean, your body isn't supposed to be doing these things. Your body tells you the story. Now look, it's not. I love you. You are good people. Most of you are. It's these morons that are strapping on whatever they're doing to just create chaos. The Palestinian people that are in the streets. Netanyahu, you warmongering fool. You've been trying for years to get America into a war so you could get all your greedy little hands on Palestine. Try to let people live and let live. Maybe if you reached out on Olive Branch and showed some friggin' compassion, you wouldn't have people going crazy and attacking you. What does it take for somebody to decide they're going to strap on a bomb and go blow themselves up? Think about that. Walk a mile in somebody else's shoes. What is wrong with you people? Let people live. Russia had a right to defend its border. Russia had a right. It had an agreement to defend its border. You had no right to invite Ukraine into the NATO. Fools. That was a deal you made between Russia and every political leader that had common sense. What did Kamala do? She went to Europe and she rallied. She created a war. What did the American bullshit president do? They installed their own leaders that would work with the globalists. Money makes the world go around, Mr. Schwab, Mr. All of you fools that are in charge in the World Economic Forum. All of you people. What? Freeland? You're in that mix too, you disgusting woman. How dare you? What are you? Who do you think you are? Oh, you're special because you can write an article? You're not smart. Justin, please, I'm begging you. You must have had a really hard upbringing. I know it. Your mom is on the record for being bipolar. I get that. Your dad, he was like an egomaniac long before she got on, and he must have been held to have as a husband because he was ruling the world with all of his rich friends. I mean, come on. Please, those of you who can't get to the streets like me, I'm waiting for my nurse now to show up. Those of you who can't get to the streets, pray. Whatever prayers you do, whatever belief system you have, pray. Everybody stand down, stop, wait for Mr. Trump to get in before any movements are made. Stop a world war before Mr. Trudeau is foolish enough he's already proven he's willing to let his people die. He allowed lots of terrorists in to kill us, especially the Jews. Netanyahu, you don't give a damn about your Jewish heritage and the people of Israel. You're willing to sacrifice them in a world war. Stop it. Those countries that are desperate, don't. Mr. Ukrainian guy, stop it. You're not going to win. You won't live. Most of your men are already dead, for God's sake. Stop it. And whatever that clown was that said he knows that Ukraine could win, well, you earned your dollar or whatever. What was that? What was that T-shirt you were wearing? Wasn't it like an airborne kind of thing? Helicopter pilot, whatever you are. Anybody who believes him, you're crazy. Stop it, NATO. Stop it, NATO, you war criminals. If you start this world war because you're on the globalists say so, they are not elected to run any country. They just bought and paid for your position. It'll come out and you will pay. If I'm right, this is my opinion, come and get me, arrest me, I don't care. I'm dying anyway, because I'm not allowed to live in Canada. I'm not allowed to get the treatment that I need. I'm not allowed to get the feeding tube. I'm not allowed to get the blood transfusions and the iron transfusions. That's my nurse. Have a good day. Love you, bye. Okay, I'm sorry. My nurse was here. He had to change my dressing and get a rundown on what I'm up to. Candace Owens, Lou, the pleb, Northern Perspective, the Moose, Pierre Poilievre. You can feel comfortable in calling me. My local MP knows what my number is. Trust me, I've been very political for a very long time. I know a lot because I've researched a lot, and I've used my critical thinking skills all of my life to keep out of danger and find out where the dangers might be. And trust me, growing up the way I did, where I did, girls like me needed to have good critical thinking skills, self-preservation skills, know how to put 2 and 2 together and make 4, not 5, not 3. Poor Mr. Biden. There might have been a time when you had the cognition to do the right thing. I don't think you do. Kamala. You're a tool. I don't care if you don't believe it. It's true. The people that are using you today will hang you out to dry tomorrow. Mark Carney, is that his name? Carbon Tax Carney. He's one of those globalists. What is it? One of his buddies going for billions of dollars to put satellites or internet in rural Canada? No. The trough is closed. Greedy pigs, greedy pigs, greedy pigs. It's time for the people to stand up everywhere. Put an end to this. Stop the violence. Netanyahu, stop it. You've gotten your revenge. You're not going to get us into a world war with Iran so you can have everything you want. You no good for nothing person. If that's what you're doing, because you're not doing it for your people, you're doing it for yourselves. Please, please, world, listen to me. Stop. Lay down your weapons. Put a non-aggression agreement in until Mr. Trump is sworn in. Please. And then and evaluate and investigate everybody who wants to. Who was it that gave the order and gave the ability for the Ukrainians to use those long-range weapons? Stop it! Mr. Netanyahu, stop it. Peace. People are important, not money. not belongings, not power. I love you all. I love you all. You know where to find me. I'm Chatty Great Granny. I'm AKA Margie C. Chatty Great Granny 62. I'm on Patreon. I'm on Rumble. I'm on everywhere. But particularly on X. Mr. Elon Musk, please. I've given you my home phone number so many times, it's not even funny. Call me. Love you. Bye.